Hi, it's us again, father and son, and welcoming second episode of our YouTube podcast. And today with David, we decide that we will talk a little bit about
aircraft carriers and their modern and
their role in the
their
modern
role
warfare.
in the modern
Yeah,
battlefield.
because we both love history, and David especially David, he loved the Pacific.
I love the Pacific World War II theatre. Notionally, the aircraft carrier role. My personal favourite studied battle is the Battle of Midway, but more interestingly for this, the Battle of Coral Sea in the Pacific, where the first battle where no enemy ships directly sighted each other. The only sighting was a small destroyer cruiser escort force, completely separate from the main battle groups. It was the first battle where the only damage dealt to the main enemy task force was through aircraft.
Okay, fair point. But the modern aircraft, it's a massive firearms. They've got almost everything. But why always anyway? It's the aircraft carrier is one of the main part of task force, because always it's a lot of destroyers, cruisers around the aircraft carrier.
Yes. Aircraft carriers are incredibly valuable assets. They can field incredible firepower over miles of open, otherwise barren forces. Look at World War II America. Aircraft carriers pretty much single-handedly won the Battle of Midway, drew a significant Coral Sea, and the Battle of Java Sea, the Battle of Philippines, was pretty much all aircraft carriers. There's also the more recent Falklands War, where the British carrier, I believe the HMS Invincible, don't quote me on that, pretty much single-handedly allowed British soldiers to land on the beaches of the Falklands. Had the carrier and the Harriers not been there, Argentinian bombers and fighter bombers would have strafed and bombed the hell out of the weekly but really important transport shipments that carried the vital British troops.
Yeah, and the recent wars like in Yugoslavia, Iraq, Afghanistan, they show that the aircraft carriers very important role, the most important role, not like 100 years ago when still a lot of dreadnoughts was built.
Yeah,
and battleships.
100 years ago, battleships. Well, 100 years ago it was. 100 years ago it was still the era of the battleship. The Pacific theatre changed everything. Japan's focus on aircraft carriers, at least predominantly, started a huge turning point. In Europe, which is a lot more land-based, it meant very little. But in the Pacific, when there was huge quantities of sea between different islands, like Guadalcanal, the Solomons, where standard land-based aircraft could not feasibly get there, aircraft carriers were effectively air transports for refueling, rearming, and transporting. The Cactus Air Force on Guadalcanal was at first solely aircraft carrier planes landed on Guadalcanal. That's how it was built up.
Yeah, even now when every jet plane, they have a better range. They can start from get up from early point, attack the target, come back with the bigger range, more firearms. And then, as I mentioned, the modern aircraft carriers, they have a massive firearm, massive power. Yeah. Then, in your opinion, because my younger brother Jacek and Auntie Jessica, they live in Taiwan.
In Taiwan, yes.
And whatever to say and think, the Chinese, they rise in power, they've got better arms, they've got a better army, fleet. Then do you think that American carriers will be able to stop invasion of Taiwan if something will go in the bad way?
A single carrier, probably not. But the Pacific Fleet, if only carriers, not even the task groups, could very likely, yes. American carriers are armed with AWACS support systems, which is effectively radar and underwater radar subsystems. They have anti-submarine bombs and mines, and they have the more conventional paved ways, the guided missiles, the guided bombs. A group of American carriers is probably the most dangerous task force in the world, if not including all the support cruisers and destroyers.
Yeah, but that will be enough powerful to stop any conventional
Yes,
invasion
yeah.
anywhere in the world. And you know, whatever to think, Americans, they big, the massive economy, they've
Yeah.
got a great army, they have amazing technology, they're probably the best advanced country in the world
Well, yes, at least in
regarding the
military,
warfare.
definitely.
Yeah, military, in the military aspect, but they cannot overstretch as well their resources.
Well, yes, of course.
It's a problem in the Ukraine, it's a problem in many
Yeah.
different places in the world. And if Chinese is a big country as well. They've got a million member army. They
A
have
seaborne invasion is only as good as its air support and its element of surprise. D-Day succeeded because it was a surprise, and the Germans didn't field aircraft. Had they fielded aircraft, they would have been met with American fighter planes. So an airborne invasion cannot succeed unless it has total domination over the skies and the waters.
and you know what, it's pretty amazing that you're 15 years old and you have a knowledge about number of the stuff. Well done.
Yes. Thank you very much.